The first thing you want to do is determine what size envelope you're going to use. So I have several little coin envelopes here, but I'm going to be using these ones here. They're little craft envelopes. They're 2.5 by 4 1/4, I guess. And I cut, here they are, I'm using 8 envelopes. And I cut the flap off all the envelopes. And these shipping tags I'm going to use, they're going to go in here and they fit real nice. So I've tried to put dimensions on here so as I'm doing this you can see, like these 2.5 by 4 1/4. Then I cut some patterned paper from my Crafty Secrets Radiant Designs. And that's from the, if anyone's wondering, Heartwarming Vintage Collection from CraftySecrets.com. And I cut some strips off, and this is the pattern paper I'm using here. So 8 and 8, and I take one of each, and I'm going to attach it to either side of the envelope. Like that. And I'll do that with each envelope. Then I need to make the, oh, I forgot. After I attach these, I will be putting double-sided tape down here, down the center, and I will be attaching each envelope. But maybe I'll do a quick little video. After I attach these, I'll do a quick little video of me taping them all together, the envelopes. So I've also cut the chipboard out, so you need 5 pieces of chipboard. And I've also wrote the dimensions on here because I'll just forget. I'll forget what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are the dimensions. They're just a little bit larger than the envelopes. So all of the widths are the same. They're all, I made them just a little bit bigger, see? So these were the envelopes, 2.5 by 4 1/4. I made these 2 3/4 in width and 4 1/2 in length. So these two pieces are the same, 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. The bottom part of the book cover is 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. This little piece here, again 2 3/4, this is 1 inch. And this piece here, the top flap, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I just cut each corner off. And actually when I cut this corner off, I took that corner and I moved it over here and just cut it off so they will both would be even. And then, now what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to cover this, and this is the paper that I'm using here. And this is the back of it. And I've traced all these pieces here right onto the paper, so I'm just going to be cutting them all out. So they're all up here. And I like this paper. It's the same as this one, but it's got all the neat hats and crowns on it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to videotape this part, is I'm going to attach all these papers onto the coin envelopes, and then I'm also going to glue the paper on, and then I'll show you the next step. So I have all my envelopes I attached with my Elmer's glue stick, all the paper on either side. And then what I'm going to do is, I've already got my ATG gun, and I ran some tape right just sort of right down the center, sort of from here to here. So I've got about 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5 strips of glue going down, or the tape going down. Then I'm going to take my envelope and press down. Then I'm going to run my ATG down here and take my next envelope, press it down, ATG down the center, and so on. So I'll come back when that's finished. Hello, I made a boo-boo. I cut all the 5 pieces of pattern paper out and then I just glued it on. And I shouldn't have, because before putting the patterned paper on, I was going to tape the pieces together. So now if I tape it, I'm going to get tape all over the pattern, or all over the paper. So I have a choice. I can just put these aside and cut out 5 more pieces of chipboard, but then I'm still stuck with these. Or I can tape these together and then just put pattern paper over the tape. So I think I'm going to tape these together and then just put some more pattern paper over the pattern paper. So I'm not going to, I'll show you how I do it. I just take a little bit of masking tape and I leave, when I mask tape it, I put tape on it. I don't tape it really tight to each other, just because with once these go in here, I like the sides to bend a little bit better, so I tape it with just a little bit of room in between. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, I almost made another boo-boo. See this big piece? I want this big piece to go on the top here and this smaller piece in the middle here. Because, and the reason I want to do that, I always make these boo-boos and I've actually got it on tape now and I'm not going to edit it. I'm going to let you see my boo-boos. See, this piece, see how this is thinner on the bottom and whiter on the top? And the reason I want, and then this will go up like so, and this will go up like so. And the reason I want the bigger one up here is because it allows a little bit more room up top here. Because I'm going to start putting tags in here and there might be embellishments on. So that's why. Okay, so now I'm not going to bore you guys anymore. I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to tape this together. I taped my book up finally. So I used masking tape and I taped all the pieces together. And the masking tape goes all the way around. I covered the book again, so it's pattern paper on top of pattern paper to fix my boo-boo. Then I inked all the edges. No, actually, before I inked the edges, I have a sander, a block sander, and I sanded all the edges down. Then I inked it with Vintage Photo. Then I took my dabber in Watermelon and just inked some of the edges and all along the edge here. And I put a piece of pattern paper here, and now I'm going to, for the inside cover, I'm going to put this piece down, but yeah, I'm going to put that down. I also sewed a button. I used, I don't know, I guess cross stitch is the thicker thread. It's like cross stitch thread, I guess. I found a bunch of it in, I don't know, brown and red and green and tons of colors at the thrift store. A huge rolls of it, and they're about 25 cents a roll. So, okay, so now I'm just going to grab the sander. I'm just going to sand that a little bit. I'm going to ink the edge up. There. So what I did is I sewed a button on and then I covered the threads with some tape. I've got the cover on it now. And with this one I sewed the button on and I've got some tape to hold the thread down here, but I brought the thread back up and left the thread out so that when the book, you know what, originally I tried a magnet on here, but there's the magnet, I guess I don't have very good magnets. I'll have to find. If you guys know where I can get some really good magnets to where it really would hold this book closed tight, let me know, because my magnets didn't work at all. So my thread will just go like so, and it'll just hold the mini book together like that. So all I need to do now is put my accordion coin minis in here. So I'm going to put some tape down this side, put some tape down this side, and adhere it. So I'm just going to tape that up, and then I'll record that.